Good evening, good evening, good evening. I wanted to chime in today and talk about yesterday, which was Monday, and it was the homegoing service of my longtime homegirl. As I said in my last video regarding that, we didn't fall out, we didn't, do anything. We just kind of drifted apart once she retired from doing nails. So yesterday was her homegoing. Her family did a beautiful job. They put her away very beautifully. I hadn't seen her, She looked beautiful. She was always pretty. She's a light-skinned woman. She was always pretty to me, no matter what size she was. She was always pretty. She's always had a cute shape. Even when she was heavy, she was always shapely, But she had a weight loss surgery. And I hadn't seen her. Like, pictures that her sister would post, it would be like from, like, this type of, shots. It wouldn't be like a body shot. So when I finally just saw her recently, because, of course, everybody been posting since her passing, I'm like, man, she looked really, really good. I can see in her face that she had lost weight. You always tell by someone's face and, all of this type of stuff. But she looked good, actually. She really did. She really looked good to me. She looked good to me. But anyway, I just wanted to just speak on it for a minute. Her favorite color was purple. So that was the theme at the repast. Beautiful, by the way. Shout out to everybody who put together the repast. It was beautiful. The backdrops was beautiful. The balloons was beautiful. Everything was absolutely beautiful. The centerpieces, the flowers, everything. So now explains why she had on a purple dress. I kind of forgot what her favorite colors was because she, I know me and her both like the color pink as well. Because she wore different colors just like I did. But purple is a pretty beautiful color and is one of my colors that I like as well as pink. But obviously that was her favorite color, so that was the theme of her repast and homegoing. So her family did a beautiful job. Like I said, she looked really, really good. She looked like she was sleeping. She just looked like she was asleep with makeup on. By her being light skinned, she was a very high yellow person. I'm glad they didn't put a bunch of foundation and stuff on her. I'm so glad. So shout out to Swanson's because that's who did her her body. Shout out to them, whomever did her makeup, because Swanson just did her. They didn't do all the amenities. Like of course her sister, who's a hairstylist, who do my hair. She didn't do this, but she's done my hair as well. That's how we all kind of got in the circle of life together. She did the nails, her sister did the hair. It was kind of that's how we all got locked in. And we talked about over 20 years ago. We all been locked in, that's how we all linked up in this whole circle. Back in the days when we was all at the shop together, it was just a whole big vibe. That's how we all got linked up. And we going back over 20 years ago now. Like, literally over 20 years of me knowing them and loving them and them loving me and us going through our ups and downs and even having our pity pats because we didn't fell out, talk about whatever, because we women. And that's sometimes what women do. We have disagreements, but we can all agree to disagree. So, yeah, we done had our pity pats and then we didn't say, you know what, we better than this. We go back to, we better than this. I'm not just some client. You're not just some client to me. I'm not just some client to you, bitch. We got history here. Let's squash it. We apologize to them. We move the fuck on. So, stuff has happened. Like I said, we all go through our little pity pats. And we have. And, it is what it is. But she, so whomever did her makeup and did a beautiful job. She even had lashes on. She looked very beautiful. She looked like she was sleeping. She really did. It was just hard seeing her like that, of course. I'm still in disbelief. Um, I'm truly still heartbroken. It's not doesn't go away because she's now at rest. This is when the healing really begins, especially for her family, and she has two boys that she has two twin boys that she left here. And surprisingly, I kind of kept one of them. He didn't come to the funeral. He came to the repast, but the other one was there, and I kind of watched him through the service because I was like in the third row for some reason. I don't know how in third row, but I was like in the third row, and I was just kind of looking at, one of her sons. I was kind of looking at the nephew and mainly her sister, because that's it. It's just her now, and I was just, and she's the stylist, by the way, the one that's left. And I was just like, dang, I can't. I don't even want to feel that mother's pain. The mother wasn't there either. Her viewing, let me go back, because I don't want y'all people like, oh, people grieve differently. Her viewing was Saturday. I did want to go to her viewing so it wouldn't have been so hard on me to see her yesterday and knowing I'm saying goodbye to her. But I didn't, because I had worked. I worked that day, and then I was scrambling to try to get I was scrambling to trying to get my hair done. Because I knew I was off. No, I worked Sunday. I was scrambling trying, I knew it was too late to get my nails done, so I was scrambling trying to get my hair done. It was just a whole big thing. But I worked Saturday and Sunday. I worked 4 to 12 Sunday, so I was trying to scramble. So I went and got my nails and stuff done that morning, and then from there I went straight to work because I had never been that long at her shop at her home before getting my nails and toes done. And I'm just like, dang, I've never been over here this long. Anyway, then I went straight to work. But then come now Monday, her services is now. So luckily I reached out to one of my other longtime hairstylists, like, hey, I'm kind of in a situation, She was like, yeah, cool, come through. I'm like, okay, bet. So she ended up doing my hair yesterday morning at 8 o'clock. Bless her heart. Shout out to Dominique for getting my sisters together, especially when I really, really needed you. Like I said, me and her, we not beefing either. I go to her for certain styles. I go to every stylist for certain styles. And I've been knowing Dominique. Me and her met during COVID, and then she did my hair, and I've been going to her ever since for different things. Okay, so I go to different stylists for stuff that I know that looks good on me, and I wouldn't go nowhere else but to this person for for ABC, just like that. So I've been networking, with her since COVID. So we and her locked in too. I mean, like I said, I've known her since COVID, and we still locked in. So she looked out. I went over there. Boom, she got me together. I had already washed my hair that night. I was like, I just come get right in your chair. Boom, she got me together. It didn't look nothing like this, y'all. I had some cute curls, It was given, it was given. It was so pretty. I mean, I had my Barbie on, y'all. Everybody was like, okay, Barbie, come through. I was looking. So now, yes, Black Barbie is back. Okay. And the curls are still there, but I mean, I was really, really curled yesterday. All this was more swooped, but I done came home. I done called myself trying to wrap it up last night. That didn't work for me, so I'm going to pull it back tonight and put this little ponytail thing on it and put my bonnet on, because I tried to wrap this shit up, like wrap it around. That did not work in my favor. I woke up, the scarf was right here, and half of this hair was hanging, and I said, I can't do it. And mind you, this is a wig, by the way. Okay, this is a wig, and it's definitely given. So, yeah. But, yeah. It was beautiful yesterday. I mean, I had the curls going on. They was all layered and cute. My swoops was swooping. See, now I done slept on them, but that's okay. I didn't do nothing today. I've been in the house all day being domestic. Because, now tomorrow is the 1st. And, it's going to be countdown time. Because that means we have to be out of here by the 20th. Because our lease is up on the 20th. And they give us 5, grace days to make sure all the utilities are transferred and turned on. So, I'll be doing that as well. But, yeah. And mind you, we still have to pay rent here and still have to still have to finish paying the rest of the move-in costs to move into the new place as well. So, it's crunch time. And I definitely, it's definitely grind time. And life, for me, has been lifing. Because I really have not been on the schedule that much because because of the situation at work. I don't know if I told y'all about it. About when I said I wasn't gonna take this lady to her, her clubhouse because it was far, and they took me off the schedule. So it was all that whole big thing, and I think I might have shared that with y'all in my last videos. I'm not even for sure if I did or I didn't. I have to go back and check. If I do, I'll tell y'all all about that at a later time. But I'm putting in my resignation at work. Tomorrow is the 1st, and that's when I'm gonna type it up tonight, and then I'm gonna push it through tomorrow on the 1st, and my last day will be the 15th with that company. So I'm done because I don't really see any growth. I was offered a lead position, but the lady who offered me that, she's now leaving because of situations that was secretly and privately going on with her. She's now leaving the company. And it's kind of messed up because she offered me a position, now she's bouncing. So it's like, damn, what does that leave me? But I don't really see any growth with the company. And then because how they did me, because of the situation, they took me off the schedule. So that hurt my pocket. So y'all took away my 4 or 5 days because y'all didn't know what I was going to do. But I'm not saying, but that don't mean taking me off the schedule. That could have mean, well, let me know what you gonna do so we can schedule accordingly. Y'all just took me off when I had days. I was scheduled for that week. I was coming back, going to show back up to work that following week, like I was scheduled to. But then for you to say, oh, we took you off the schedule for the rest of the week, so you just took away my 4 or 5 days. Okay. So then when I go to the other home, you give me 3 days. What am I supposed to do with a 3-day check, and we get paid bi-weekly? So that means that's 6 days. That's a week. That's a week check. If you think about it, 6 days, a week is 7 days. That's only a week check. And my check, it reflected that. It looks horrible. I'd rather get paid every week, to be honest. At least I know what I'm expecting to get. So to wait 2 weeks just to get a week check, that shit was bold. And you want to give me 3 days a week? That shit bold. Normally, y'all, I work 4 days a week, sometimes 5, depending on the coverage that's needed. But for the most part, 4 days. And I'm okay with that because that is part-time. 3 days as well as 2, but I didn't, but since I've been there, I've been getting 4 days or sometimes 5. I'm like, okay, cool. But now I felt like you doing this on purpose because of the situation that I stood on business with about. So it is what it is. So I'm good. I like y'all. If y'all know me, I like order. I like stability. I like for all my ducks to be in a row, all my T's crossed and my I's dotted. I don't like this and that. I don't like it. I don't like that. Schedule me accordingly so I can schedule my life accordingly outside of my work hours and ethnics and things like that. So yeah, so that's that. I kind of shifted gears because I just wanted to put that in there for a second. But getting back to what I originally was talking about was the homegoing, and like I said again, just keep the family in prayers. I know y'all don't know them, but just say hey, prayers for, my longtime homegirl family. Just keep their family in prayer. Just pray for healing and strength for their family. Because she has sons. And even though they're grown, they're not grown, but they're still grown. That's just like, God forbid, the Lord called me home. I still have 3 kids and 5 grandkids here that know and love me and know how much I love them. And like I said, my kids will be devastated. And they grown. I don't want to leave them for real. But we all have to check out of here. We really do. That's just the hurting part. So, I think that's about it, y'all. I've been in the house. We're having a heat wave currently. If you're in Michigan, I live in Michigan, so we're currently having a heat wave. So I literally been in the house all day today, and it's kind of good because I've been getting some more packing done. I got the top of the cabinets cleaned out, up top. Where the seasons was, the seasons is right here. I'm probably getting ready to start pulling them down. Not really, because we still have to be here. But I pretty much got all the stuff at the top, brought it down to this shelf. So I really pretty much got the kitchen done. I packed up all the wine glasses today. That was really the last of it. The dishes I'm not taking, I'm throwing them away anyway. The pots and pans is really the last thing to pack. Everything else now pretty much is packed in the kitchen. Like all underneath the cabinets is good. All the drawers is cleaned out. Oh yeah, I still got it. Well, you know, this little stuff. And look, this from Easter, y'all. It's been in here for the longest. This is from Easter. This is too funny. I need to wash this stuff. But this little stuff in here is nothing. I need to throw this little stuff away anyway. You know, I forgot about this little drawer. But it's really nothing in here, no way. Nothing spectacular. So that's nothing. You know, just a little minor stuff that's left to do, like the silverware and shit like that. So that's going to be like last minute because currently we're still using the stuff. So, you know, probably the last couple of days, a week, probably the last week we in here, I'll probably get like paper plates, paper cups and all that shit because I'm really, you know, everything else really feeling be solidly packed because like I said, we still have a few little cups we using, stuff like this. Like I still left a few of these out. Not many because a lot of the stuff, like I said, everything really is packed as far as the kitchen goes. So I'm going to start sliding that bathroom next because a lot of stuff I know I'm about to throw out in that bathroom underneath that sink. I'm not a, you know, I'm a neat and clean person, but you know how the bathroom sinks. I got a lot of hair stuff and stuff I done accumulated being in there. So I'm finna go through all that stuff and get to throwing shit out in that bathroom too. So that's gonna be my next project, is going underneath that sink in the bathroom and going through all my little hair stuff with a fine tune and, you know, getting everything packed. But shit, all my pictures and all that stuff, all that shit packed up, everything. So shoes, all that stuff. So for the most part, yep, the bulk of the shit is packed. I left like one coffee mug out, you know, shit like that. So, oh, let me show y'all this right quick. Isn't this pretty? It's a real apple. I don't even want to eat it. I mean, it's safe to eat, but you can't eat it. But I don't even want to eat it because this was from her services yesterday. This is so beautiful. And I don't even want to eat it, but yeah. It is an apple, so it's going to eventually go bad. But it's just, I want y'all to see. This is so pretty. Like I said, they really had it. They really did it. Oh, we did a balloon release also yesterday. We let go 52 balloons because that's how old she was. I am going to upload some of the videos. I did get videos. She had a backdrop that we took pictures in front of. I have a picture with her sister. I'm going to post that as well. So, yeah, I did text her sister this morning just to say, hey, good morning. You know, she told us yesterday she was just going to try to get some sleep. I told her, no, you're not. But she was like, I probably won't. She said, the way I feel, I could sleep for like a whole week. I said, I can understand. I can't relate. But just a family member alone, and you know, when you ripping and running and pitching in, it can be exhausting, but not as exhausting on the person that's actually doing it. Like she said, she told us yesterday, she said, you know, when you trying to do everything and, you know, bury your loved ones, she was like, this is, you know, it's hard, you know, trying to do everything and, you know, get your loved one prepared and burying your loved one. She said, that's a lot. I said, it is a lot. I said, but, you know, y'all did a beautiful thing. It really it's beautiful in here. And I just told her, you know, you did a good job. I know it was hard because they just buried their brother. Like January, February, they just buried their brother. And now her sister gone. So her mom, I'm going to touch on that. Her mom, I hadn't seen her mom lately except on some pictures. When I saw her mom, because her mother wasn't at the funeral, she had came to the repast. And when I talked to the nephew, the sister that's left nephew, after the services, before we went to the repast, I said, you know, I was looking for y'all grandmother because I had a card for her. So I had brought all of them a card. And he was like, it was too much. She didn't come. I said, you know what? I understand. And she probably went to go view her, I'm sure, which was that Saturday. So I didn't get a chance to go. So I'm quite sure people that probably wasn't there, they probably viewed her, you know, on Saturday. And her mom wasn't at the actual funeral, but she did come to the repast. And when I say she stayed maybe every bit of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and she left, she was crying. I guess it was too much for her because I didn't even know they had walked her in. They had walked her in until a lady I was talking to, kicking it, and she was like, oh, she here? They just walked her in. And I'm looking around the perimeter of the room because it's people everywhere now. It was quite a few people there. She at the middle table with a bouquet of flowers, the biggest bouquet of flowers is that. So I happened to look and I zoomed in and I said, oh, the one everybody hugging, that's her. I hadn't seen her in a while. She just looked it. I wouldn't want to see that look on nobody's face, let alone my parent. I hadn't seen nobody look like that since my father when my brother got killed. Because I've lost two brothers. One of my second brother, he died because of being sick. My other brother was killed. It's a difference. And I had never seen my father that broken. Never. Until that happened. Now, when my other brother passed, my father was already gone. My father been gone. He been gone a long time too. But when I saw their mother, yesterday, I saw how my father looked with my son. I mean, not my son, Lord. Oh, Jesus, not my son, like I would. When my brother passed, my first brother who passed, when my father was still here, she just looked she was broken. She was just broken. She was this big now. Look what she's gone through. She just buried two children. She just lost her son. She just buried her son in February. They just buried their brother. And now my other daughter gone. She has two girls and a boy. The same setup like me. I have two girls and a boy. And I looked at her face and I went up to her and I hugged her before she left. And I was just like, hi. And I just hugged her. I didn't even tell her that who I was. She probably don't remember who I was. I used to take her to work. Back in the day when my homegirl was locked in, I used to take her to work and everything. All of that. That's how tight we was when our kids was kids. I used to take her mother to work because her mother worked at Children's for years. So I just went up to her and I just hugged her, y'all. I just loved on her. I just hugged her and I just squeezed her tight. And she looked at me and I looked at her right in her eyes and she just looked at she's broken. She is broken. They did not look like the same woman. She did not look the same. And she would never be the same. So I'm really going to keep them in prayers because they're not doing good. And it's understandable because I wouldn't be either. Lord knows I wouldn't be. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to act like I can't. I don't understand. I know the pain of it, but I do not understand how they feel. People say, I know how you feel. No. Unless you really know how a person feel, then you can say, I know how you feel. Like my little sister cousin, she know how they feel. Because she lost her brother and her sister, and she's the only one left out of 3 siblings. She know how that feels. All I lost was my 2 best cousins. That was her brother and sister, and I know how I felt. Because we all of us came up together, and we are tight cousins. They was more like sisters and brothers to me than cousins. That's why I say my sister cousin. Because she's more like a little sister to me than my cousin. And she's the only one left. It's just her and her mom, my auntie that's left. So she can relate and say, I know how you feel. I've lost that too. I can't say that. I can relate and say, I know how I feel to lose a brother because I've lost 2. I'm blessed to have 2 left. I've lost 2. So I can say, I don't know how I feel to lose a sister. I don't want to know how I feel to lose a sister. I pray I don't ever have to know that feeling to lose a sister or another brother, period, or any of my children or my grandchildren. It's real talk. These people are leaving here. And a cousin, he made such a powerful statement yesterday. That brought me to crying again. He was like, we leaving here. God is snatching us up. He's like, we getting snatched up out of here. He like, we need to get right. Let's stop meeting up like this. Let's meet up on a good note. Not stop meeting up like this. He like, we going through it, y'all. We going through it. And I just commended him. And when I saw him at the repast, I said, brother, I just want to shake your hand because I agree 110% on what you said. And I felt your pain. Because they feel like y'all family is being attacked. I know that feeling. I can relate to that part. I can't say I know how you feel, but to lose a cousin that you're close with, I know how that feels too. I do. So everybody can relate in death in different ways, but we all on the same page. He just had such a powerful message, and I just love what he said. And he said, I thank you for that. Yeah, he was cussing and everything, but that's how people feel. That's how people express their grief. Yeah, he was cussing. So what? That's how he felt. And I'd rather somebody be real. That's genuine. That's being genuine. We hurting. Our family is hurting. Like this is real shit that we going. That's what he said. He said this is real shit that we going through right now. Our family is hurting. He like we is hurting, and I just felt that, and I mean I was bawling at that point because I just felt where he was coming from. I felt that because I'm looking like damn, this is my homegirl. I'm saying goodbye to. She a year older than me. This is messed up. What in the world is going on? Like, this shit was real, bro. Like, I just was like, oh my God, I am really heartbroken. I don't want to get emotional because I did enough crying yesterday. But I'm truly heartbroken about this one here because it hit home. That shit hit home. I was in disbelief when I got the call and she passed. I'm like, wait a minute. What you mean she passed away? What are you saying to me right now? I didn't want to hear it. So let me get off here because I did enough crying. Lord knows I did yesterday. But this shit cuts deep for me. Real talk. And I'm truly heartbroken. I'm not going to front. I'm truly heartbroken. I'm truly heartbroken. Because I will always ask about her. Every time her sister did my hair, I'll be like, what's she been up to? Tell that fool I say, what's up? You know, she'd be like, I'll tell her, you know. But, yeah, I just, so I'm going to get off here. I'm going to put this food up. I do have to cover a shift tomorrow. I will upload some of the videos from the services yesterday. And I'm going to work, God willing. I'm working at 8 to 4 tomorrow. And I'm going to the concert tomorrow, y'all. Update, Lionel Richie is feeling better. I'm going to see, God willing, Earth, Wind, and Fire tomorrow and Lionel Richie. So I've been checking the updates to make sure because Lionel Richie had gotten sick. And he had postponed a few shows. And I'm like, okay, I got a ticket. I done took off work. But just so happened, she asked me, could I cover a shift tomorrow? I said, you know what? I'm good. My amenities is done. I was going to go try to get my eyebrows touched. Go try to get my eyebrows tinted. But it's cool. I ain't going to trip if I don't make it there or not. But I'm going to go and make the money that way to make up for my day yesterday. Because I took off yesterday to go to her services. So it'll make up for that day. And right now I need the pesos. So anyway, y'all, that's about it. I have a lot of stuff going on. Life been life, and I need to do something. I got to get something extra going on here. I got to get myself out of this little hole financially I done got myself into. So that's just my 2 cents. You all have a blessed and prosperous day. Stay real.